Okay, so in this video, I'd like to just kind of talk about pi and some pattern. Um, the word is, or what they say, their research, there's no pattern in pi or doesn't repeat itself or something like that, however they want to put it. But there's tons of pattern in pi if you look at it right. They put it linear, like from one digit point, a decimal, and just run it across. But that's not how it works because it's like conceptive consciousness or depicting itself. That's why you have, like, if you take a compass, draw your center point, make a circle, pick another point, swing through the side, and then up to the center, and then keep going. You'll hit another point. Use that point, start at the center, and come across, hit that one, and if you swing out again, and you don't have to go back all the way around because you're learning points at this point. um, so from there, you just swing back through, find your other point, swing to the top, and you find these 6 points. These 6 points are equal distances apart. There's 6 parts if you go in a straight line from each one. That 6 is kind of significant. It has to do with the 9 reflecting to a 6. But so you have your 4 ones basically, and then 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, and 5 are almost together, conceptive as the same. That 3, 4, and 5 are each 3, 4, and 5 interchangeably, basically, because everything exists as what it is. So like 3 is known as 3 threes, and the reflection, it creates that understanding. So you can see you have your, well, it's hard to put together, but I mean, you can be able to see a pattern there. Anyways, 3 squared is 9. You have the first 6 digits, which is 1, 6, and then 2, 6. The second, it's kind of like mind and body, however you want to put it. It's a tying together of consciousness and reality. But anyways, so 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, and then 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13. At that point, basically, it's conceptive. Double 13 to 26. The 5 reflects down to a 2. The 9 reflects down to a 6, being the second part of the reflection. It reflects twice, so it flips down and back. It makes it 26. So you have 26, and then since it's a times 2 from 13 to 26, then it goes times 2 plus 1. And these are all in the same string before the first 0. And so that's why I guess it'd be hard for some people to put together. But if you break it apart into the 3 strings, this is the first cycle, and then you have your second cycle. One cycle of 6, second cycle of 6. But the first 2 6 is the first of 26 digits in the first cycle, and the 0 is the 27th digit, the end of the cycle, like 3 times 9, which you have 3 times 9. But so, and then it goes, does times 2 again, plus 1 is 53. That's the next 2 digits, 53. But then this one is times 2 minus 9. And the minus 9 is the opposite end of the spectrum from the 1. 1 and 9 are opposite ends of the count, and positive, negative. And then, so you have 53 and 43, a difference of 10. Then it does plus 5 and minus 5, another difference of 10. So both of these differences from, this difference and that difference, or a difference of 10, that's not a coincidence. Starting, I mean, if you line up the 26s where it's paired, 2 differences of 10, and then the 8s line up, the infinity symbols, and just how everything else goes together and how it ties the language, it's not a bunch of freaking coincidence. You have a difference of 20, which is where they cross, and the T, like a cross, is the 20th letter of the alphabet. Shit like that's all over the place. And then your next digits, this is the first place where they don't seem to line up, but then they line up right here with 7, 9, and 7, 9. 3 squared is 9. 3 times 9 is 27, and 27 reflects up there. 32, if you do 32 times 3 plus 1 instead of times 2 plus 1, because it's counting up, it's different things. So it goes times 3 plus 1, and it uses 2 digits instead of 1, because it adds a perspective at each perspective. So it grows exponentially, but even beyond that. So 32 times 3 plus 1 is 97. So it's just reflecting up and down and back and forth all over the damn place, basically. So 79 again. 2 plus 7 is 9. I forgot the other one to get to 79, but I mean, it's all right here. And then it goes from being short a digit here, where this is minus 1 digit, this is minus 1 digit, this is minus 2 digits. And then it does that twice. And then like 3 and 2 is 5, twice is 3 digits this way, 3 digits back, and then 2 of the same digit. Also, this I think has a lot to do with, or I see it having to do with, if you take a 5 and reflect it to a 2, you have a 3 in the middle, and you reflect a 3, you have an 8. And so, I mean, 5, 3, 2, 8, it's all right here. And that's off of your 8s over here. And then, so your next digit here is an 8, and this is a cycle. 8 it would be like a kind of an infinity understanding of self at the cross or whatever, divided by 2 plus 2, which is a reflection of what's going on back here, times 2 and plus 1 and all the other stuff, and then divided by 2 instead of times 2 plus 2. 6 would be like a 3/4 of self. And if you draw an isometric view of a quarter circle, it kind of makes a heart. And right, and then if you take the letter C and make with a question mark, C the question, love is the point. It all just comes together to consciousness understanding itself, and it goes into the rest of it. I guess that's enough about pi for now. But there's so much pattern all through it. Also, if you, I'll end it with this. The 0 is the 27th letter of this string after your first 6, and then each string is marked by a 0. The 27th 0, the 27th string, is the first double 0, and the first 0 is the 27th letter. I mean, there's something there. I don't know what they don't know or don't want to tell you, but, the scientists or whoever figured this shit out. But they're not telling you something, because that's why they control the world.